Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
Olson Plumbing,
River 92.7 and DRG Media Group. Governor Sports is brought to you by your Pierre Sports marketing sponsors: Bank West, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, Superior Concrete, Live Ticket, Overhead Door, New Edge Advisors, Avera Orthopedic, Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, Kruger Contracting, Sensory Business Products, and the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency of American Family Insurance. Governor Sports is also sponsored in part by Hag Services, Dakota Mart, TMA, First Dakota National Bank, May Adam Law Office, Edward Jones, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, Wegner Auto, Graham Tire, and by Xander Auto Parts, American Bank and Trust, Kathy's Sun and Shine Properties, Hawaii Federal Credit Union, the Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center, Tokyo Hibachi and Sushi, Damen Lumber, Birding Electric, and Black Hills Federal Credit Union. And coverage of high school sports on River 92.7 is also brought to you by these special in-game sponsors: Bank West, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Central Dakota Eye Care, Envirotech, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection, Rounds Financial Services, Comtech, Coca-Cola Bottling, Wealth Partners Ameriprise Financial, Family Dental, Hermanson Endodontics, Cowboy Country Stores, and Gales Gas Service. And now, Pierre Governor Sports on the official home of the Governors, River 92.7, DRGnews.com.
Well, how do you do? Another Friday night under the lights, but it's time for volleyball. It was football night in South Dakota last night. Tonight we bring you volleyball as the Pierre Governors hit the road, and we welcome you to the big town once again. The Governors are at O'Gorman High School to take on the Knights of Bishop O'Gorman High School in Sioux Falls. I'm Brian Oakland, ready to bring you coverage of Pierre Governor volleyball on your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com. And as always, we are live streaming with the help of our friends at Live Ticket. Caleb Brozick outside. You can watch this one straight up from the end of the court, looking down on a close-up view. Should be a good view of what we hope to be a good match. Obviously, a struggling Governor squad taking on one of the top teams in South Dakota, but sometimes the Governors play better when they play up to the level of their opponents. We've seen them do that against pretty good teams earlier in the season. Wasn't necessarily the case last week when they saw Harrisburg back in at Riggs High Gym, but the sub-varsity team's actually playing pretty well so far here tonight, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. We'll see if the varsity can play a little bit elevated volleyball this evening as well. William Wilson runs our show in studio with technical direction. We thank him for his efforts, and again, thank you for joining us. This is the first of two this weekend. Volleyball coverage has us in Sioux Falls here. The Governors taking on O'Gorman tomorrow afternoon. The Govs will be back home at Riggs High to battle with their old friends, the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. That'll be a 1 o'clock first serve, and we'll be on the air at about 12:30 tomorrow. But let's get into this one. Let's take a 3-minute timeout, and we'll talk about the state of volleyball coming in. Things have changed over the course of this week, especially where the Governors are standing in the power rankings, and we'll give you a look at that with the busy schedule of volleyball that is coming up now this weekend, especially with football having been played last night. Of course, coaches' conversations, keys to success, they're on the way, starting lineups and more as well, as we bring you coverage of Pierre Governor volleyball, your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Bank West Insurance agents Sam Kenneke and Angie Taylor are here to make your life easier.
As an independent agency, we're able to customize an insurance plan to fit your individual needs.
We work with dozens of companies to find you the best possible coverage and the best price.
For your insurance needs, contact Sam or Angie at Bank West Insurance in Pierre. Bank West, convenient, connected, committed. Insurance products are not deposits, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, and may go down in value.
Fall sports are here, and Beck Motor Company is proud to cheer on our local athletes. Just like teamwork on the field or court, you can count on teamwork at our dealership. Whether you're driving a new Chevy Equinox, a tough Chevy Silverado, or keeping your current ride in top shape with our service department, Beck Motor Company is here for all your automotive needs. Good luck to all our hometown teams this season. From your friends at Beck Motor Company, we're making a great deal better. www.beckmotors.com, 605-224-5912.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications, as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? LiveTicket.tv has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2, and punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports, from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archive video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota high school sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
Well, since my baby left me, well, I found a new...
Welcome back to high school volleyball as we bring you coverage of the Pierre Governors. They'll take on the O'Gorman Knights. O'Gorman comes in 20-3 on the season, and the Governors off of a loss at Huron the other night on Tuesday in their last match, falling to 3-13. Obviously, a match that probably you expect to be one-sided in O'Gorman's favor, but once again, just seeing how well the Governors can compete, and that'll be part of keys to success when we talk with Coach Kerry Wheelhouse about that here as we get into our Bank West pregame show. Before we do that, we'll take a look around the state of volleyball in South Dakota. Right now, we talked about these sub-varsity teams for the Governors playing pretty well. The JV match was won by O'Gorman in 2 straight sets, with the first one went 26-24, a match that the Governors probably very easily could have won, or at least that first set. When they lost that first set, wind kind of went out of their sails, and O'Gorman won the second one 25-11. Right now, we're in the second set of the sophomore match, and the Pierre sophomores hanging with the Knights. It is 21-21, the score right now. I was actually down the hall and didn't see the score of the first set, but O'Gorman did get that one as well. And O'Gorman just took a 22-21 lead. We'll keep tabs on that, but let's take a look at the state of volleyball. And another quick order of business is to remind everybody on the road for the weekend, for high school sports, for whatever the reason, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety celebrates being a part of a team. They remind us all when we're on the road to slow the drive and arrive alive. And make sure you buckle up, too, as the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety says you've got someplace to be. Here's how things fared earlier in the week. Started on Monday as Yankton, after their win last Thursday over the Governors, went to Beersford and played a Class A Watchdog squad. They swept them in 3, and then Tuesday night, a busy night, that had Huron beating Pierre at the arena 25-13, 25-14, 25-11. Aberdeen Central got a 3-set victory over Mitchell, and this was a bit of a surprise. 26-24, 25-15, 25-21. Of course, those Golden Eagles coming off of that victory, and they will be at Riggs High tomorrow. Watertown gets a 3-1 win over Sioux Falls Jefferson here in Sioux Falls. Brookings sweeps Roosevelt. Brandon Valley goes 5 with Sioux Falls Washington. It went 16-14 in the 5th, but Brandon Valley gets the victory there. Harrisburg sweeps Class A's, one of Class A's top teams, Sioux Falls Christian. They had to come from behind in the 3rd set to keep that sweep. O'Gorman, who we'll see tonight here, they dropped the first 2 sets at Sioux Falls Lincoln, but then went all the way back and got a 5-set victory, 15-13 in the 5th. So they are battle-tested this week, and they've got a tough battle coming up. Meanwhile, out west, a bit of a surprise as Hot Springs defeats Spearfish 3-2. Rapid City Christian got a sweep over Sturgis in the Black Hills Conference, and Douglas falls in 5 to lead Deadwood, also in that Black Hills Conference. Here's what's coming up today, but a quick look at the power rankings right now as O'Gorman just now wins that sophomore match 25-21 here in this 2nd set. Harrisburg comes into the weekend with a 24-2 mark. They are the top seeded team. O'Gorman, after their win last week over Brandon Valley, and then fortifying that with a win over Sioux Falls Lincoln this week, they're the 2 seed right now. And they're in pretty good position to probably stay there. They do have Harrisburg coming up on Tuesday, but O'Gorman right now is 20-3, ahead of Brandon Valley, who is 18-3 and in the 3 spot. Rapid City Stevens 23-7 is the 4 seed. Mitchell, off of their loss to Aberdeen, still stays in the 5 spot at 13-5. Lincoln is 6 at 15-5. Then Watertown 7, Aberdeen Central 13-9. Again, coming to Riggs High tomorrow. They are the 8th seed, trying to stay with a home match in the potential Sodak 16. Sioux Falls Washington is 9 with a 12-7 record at Spearfish in the 10 spot. It's Sioux Falls Jefferson 11. Huron, after their win over the Governors, now 9-10 in the 12 hole. Rapid City Central, Brookings, Yankton, and now T area moving up to 16. Of course, Governor Loss did not help their cause the other night. Pierre has actually slipped all the way to 18. Sturgis is ahead of them at 17. Sioux Falls, Roosevelt, and Douglas are the other 2 teams outside of the top 16 looking in. So somewhere along the way, the Governors are going to have to pick up a win, if not 2 or more, to try to get into that Sodak 16 picture. It certainly won't be easy tonight when they take on the number 2 seed, currently O'Gorman Knights. Here's the schedule for the weekend. Pierre at O'Gorman tonight. Mitchell plays at T area. Sioux Falls Roosevelt is up north of their school to Sioux Falls Jefferson to take on the Cavaliers. And then there's an east-west event. 5 schools from the west will play 5 schools from the east, and Harrisburg and Brandon Valley are hosting. Tonight, Brandon Valley in Brandon, along with Brookings and Watertown, will play Douglas, Rapid City Central, and Sturgis, while Harrisburg hosts Yankton, as well as and it's Harrisburg and Yankton playing Spearfish and Rapid City Stevens. Tomorrow, the Western schools will flip-flop venues, and it is Spearfish and Stevens going to Brandon Valley to play the Lynx, as well as Brookings and Watertown. Douglas, Rapid City Central, and Sturgis will go to Harrisburg and play the Tigers and the Yankton Gazelles. In the week ahead, Pierre's next home game after tomorrow, when they host Aberdeen Central, will be Tuesday night when they host the Brookings Bobcats. Meanwhile, O'Gorman has the big one here as they host top-ranked Harrisburg. So that would certainly be worth the admission price to watch that one if you get an opportunity. Watertown goes to Aberdeen, Huron at Mitchell in the old District 3 AA, as well as T area at Yankton Tuesday, Washington at Jefferson, Lincoln at Roosevelt. Out west, it's Spearfish at Rapid City Central, and Rapid City Stevens goes to Sturgis. So that's a quick look at the schedule ahead and the state of volleyball here in Class AA. So once again, Pierre sitting at the 18 spot. O'Gorman has risen all the way up to number 2. This looks like a real good team, folks, and they've gotten better and better over the course of this season. We'll talk to Coach Cale Hecht about it after we speak with Kerry Wheelhouse. We'll take a 3-minute break, and it's Coach's Conversations, Keys to Success, brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care. when we come back. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball, your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio and Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
Century Business Products is a proud provider of the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to the Pierre School District. Backed by 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color cost? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than your local Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
Custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. They make it easy when looking for a new vehicle, getting all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop into Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for all your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
We're passionate about getting yearly mammograms because 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer. You can get a yearly mammogram to detect it early. Would it help if I requested nicely? Please, could you be so kind as to get a mammo? Or singing it. Get your mammogram starting at 40. Or with a British accent. Schedule your mammo with an Avera Breast Center at avera.org/breast or call 888-422-1410.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
All right, it's time for Keys to Success with Kerry Wheelhouse, the Governor Volleyball coach, on a Friday and Saturday coming up here. Coach, Ad O'Gorman, obviously a tough opponent tonight, and you go back to Tuesday, and I know you wanted to compete with Huron, and I don't know how you felt about that. The game scores, I don't know, really showed. In my opinion, I thought you got your swings. You were really swinging well. Huron just had a good net block. They had good back row coverage, and I thought it was a pretty aggressive effort on the part of your girls, which is exactly what you were hoping for.
Yeah, the biggest thing that for us that broke down was just communication and who was doing what when we were on defense. I thought our offense looked pretty good, but we just didn't get it done on the defensive side to get those balls so that we could get to the offensive side. And then, Huron was picking up everything that we were throwing at them. I don't think, got very many down on them, and they picked up ones that you didn't think you were expected to, and then would come back over, and we weren't ready for them. So one of the things, for today is just really working on that communication. We really hit it hard the last couple of days, and hopefully we'll come out and show that.
Typical Huron. I mean, that's their trademark is good defense, and then the offense comes around. You got an O'Gorman team that's loaded on offense now, and they've got some hard hitters. You're going to be staring down a bunch of bullets, but it's just like you've seen already with Harrisburg and Brandon Valley, and even Sioux Falls Lincoln earlier in the season. Yeah, and typically we do a better job of picking up those hard hitters. We don't pick up as well on the junk stuff and the tips and the throws and the different stuff that comes over from non-traditional teams. So I think we'll do a pretty good job of picking those up. Our JV already saw the heavy hitters, and we're picking up a lot of those balls. So I think we'll do okay with them. We typically play better against these harder hitting teams. So
hoping to see that today.
Well, and that JV team came out and almost got that first set. So that's good to see because they haven't, they've had their struggles, especially on the road too.
Yeah. And they, the biggest thing is they came out talking, and that's just what we've been pushing for the last couple of days. And especially that varsity, they got to see that and see that us talking really helped us. And having that communication, and that gets us, instead of reacting to the ball, being more proactive, moving ourselves a little bit earlier. So hopefully that sticks with us.
So communication is going to be big. And I would submit to you that since Mitchell's old high school gym isn't in play anymore, this is probably acoustically the loudest gym you'll play in all season. How much of a challenge is that?
Not really, because we play with music almost every day in the gym. The girls love having a lot of noise. When it's quiet for us is a hard gym to play in. So having a lot of noise, I think, is going to be okay. And then being able to use that for the energy is going to be good for us.
And the girls make a lot of noise on the bench too, so just try to keep making good plays and putting up a good front up at the net, because you will be staring down, like we say, a lot of shots, and that block's got to be top notch.
Yeah, our block has to be up there reading it and getting in front of it, and then being static in where they're setting up so that our back row can read where the block's at and get set up themselves. But getting those touches on the block just to slow it down for our back row, and making sure that we're getting up on top of it and getting in front of them, because what we saw in the JV game, they didn't pick up a lot of those blocks. Stuff blocks, so we can use that to our advantage, and then use their big block on our advantage, using that big block to go against.
All right, Coach, go compete tonight, all right?
Thank you.
Carrie Wheelhouse, the head coach of the Pierre Governors. Coach's comments and keys to success in our broadcast are brought to you by the folks at Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. As we'll step aside and hear from them, and we're back with Cale Heck, the head coach of the O'Gorman Knights, as Governor Volleyball continues on River 92.7.
Did you know 16 million Americans suffer from dry eye? Hi, this is Dr. Nick Marso of Central Dakota Eye Care. Along with providing comprehensive eye exams evaluating vision and health of your eyes, we now offer IPL dry eye treatments. OptiLight IPL is a new innovative light therapy treatment for dry eye and is FDA approved. Also available at our clinic are dry eye products and supplements. Call us today, 224-6128, for more information and to schedule an appointment. Central Dakota Eye Care, 640 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Better vision for a great life.
All right, our keys to success continue with Cale Heck, the head coach of the O'Gorman Knights. And O'Gorman, I tell you what, Coach, you guys have kind of climbed the ranks here. It looks like you're playing better and better as the season goes along. You really got a good test on Tuesday against Sioux Falls Lincoln, which I think is a team to really look out for. They had you the first two. You come back and take that one in 5, going all the distance in the 5th set too. And boy, as we get late in the regular season, suddenly it's got to feel like the postseason's already started for you.
Yeah, we've been kind of preaching to the girls. Every match matters right now, especially like we're in a tight 2-3 battle with Brandon, and so we're like, yeah, every match matters. Literally, like a couple points can be the difference. So we've been preaching to them about that. But yeah, Lincoln. They played a really good match. Again, we're scrappy. They frustrated us, and that took us pretty much 2 sets to kind of get through, and then we still had some. So I think that was a big one of learned, and our girls showed a lot of grit and a lot of like, okay, we can still do this. I think it would have been easy for them to give up. Felt like we should have had the second set and kind of gave it away there in the last from point 20 on. So that was kind of a defeating, and then they picked back up and got after it in the third set. So that was big.
You've got a group that really has a lot of experience, and it's showing. Obviously, senior led this year. What is explain the growth that you're seeing even this year with this group of girls you got?
Yeah, it's been cool to see some of this crew kind of step up into more of a almost dominant kind of role, and I think even like as individual players at times of Mackenzie Walsh. I mean, she's been a 4-year starter. She's always kind of had some other options around her, and we still have options, but now she's kind of been that, like, set me the ball at times, I'm getting a kill, and I'm going to go make something happen. And I think that's been, and especially kind of this last month, we've really seen her. I mean, she's probably led us in kills the majority of the matches. So that's been big. And I also think they're just, I mean, you can tell they're a smart group. Our setter, London Smith, I think I could talk all day about her, but this is her first year starting. I think she could have started at a lot of other schools the last few years, but just to see her, I think she's probably one of the highest volleyball IQ kids that I've kind of coached, and just watching her run the offense, I think it's a really, really cool thing because she's doing exactly what our game plan is. She's running it and finding seams for kids all day long. So that's been also really, really cool.
All right, you're hosting Pierre here tonight, and obviously it's a team that's been struggling, and that, you know, that complacency can be a bad thing, especially when you've got a Harrisburg team looming in your next match too. But what have you seen out of Pierre that could be a challenge for you tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing we've been telling the girls, and I think Lincoln kind of did this as well, so I'm hoping we're learning from it, is just the scrappiness and the frustration side of it. It's like they're loud on their side and they're scrappy, and balls come over the net and they make you make errors. And sometimes I think that is harder to play against at times because you just don't quite know what's going to come back at you. So we've really been preaching to them about being disciplined in rallies, finding other side of the net and getting back to your base. And it's like, sounds like some of these things you tell 12-year-olds basically, but it's like, you still got to be really good at it at this age, and it makes huge differences. So I think that'll be kind of our biggest challenge of, are we ready to play? Are we disciplined? They didn't have school today. Yeah. So I'm hoping we're a little like getting awake now and ready to play after that.
And other keys to success, just stick to the fundamentals is what you're boiling it down to.
Yeah. I mean, really, it is, and it's always kind of crazy how much you like can game plan and do all that stuff, and it's like play solid volleyball. I think that's a big one for us. And then I think just we want to be aggressive. I think that's been a theme for us all year, and we're not trying to look to be heavy on tips or rolls or all that stuff. There's situations, but we want to be able to take swings. We got to be able to score.
All right, Coach, appreciate your time as always. Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
There's Cale Heck, the head coach of the O'Gorman Knights, as the Knights will host the Pierre Governors. Coaches' comments, keys to success that are sponsored by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. Let's take a 2-minute break this time, and your starting lineups will be next. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building, the garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
I'm Scott Nye. As a coach for the Pierre Governors, I know a winning game plan is crucial. When it comes to your finances, you deserve one too. At New Edge Advisors, our name is new, but our commitment to you isn't. We're the same trusted team you've known, and we've expanded our playbook of resources to help you plan for retirement, manage investments, and protect your future. Let's build the strategy that gets your financial future into the end zone.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC is a separate entity from LPL Financial.
Century Business Products is a proud provider of the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to the Pierre School District, backed by 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color cost? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than your local Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
Here, and Beck Motor Company is proud to cheer on our local athletes. Just like teamwork on the field or court, you can count on teamwork at our dealership. Whether you're driving a new Chevy Equinox, a tough Chevy Silverado, or keeping your current ride in top shape with our service department, Beck Motor Company is here for all your automotive needs. Good luck to all our hometown teams this season. From your friends at Beck Motor Company, we're making a great deal better. www.beckmotors.com, 605-224-5912.
Back at O'Gorman High School in Sioux Falls, corner of 41st and Kiwanis. It's the second time in a few weeks that we've been here. Football was here also just not too long ago. In fact, I think it was 2 weeks ago tonight. Well, 3 weeks ago tonight we were here across the parking lot. Anyway, volleyball tonight, it's time for the starting lineups as we'll meet the home team, the O'Gorman Knights. They are led in the setter's role by London Smith, the 5'9 senior, setting up for hitters who will include Mackenzie Walsh. She's the one to watch up on the right side, big swinging lefty. I believe she is 6'3", and a senior. She'll swap out with Callie Roman, who will play the back row when Walsh is out. 5'4", and the senior Roman will be in there as well. Allie Jones is a 5'8 sophomore. senior on the outside. Lily Wibben is a middle hitter, 5'10", and a senior. Lauren Veningay, a senior, 5'10", outside hitter, and her sister Reese Veningay will be in there as well, 5'10", freshman. Ruthie Robinson will hit from the middle, a 6'1", junior for the O'Gorman Knights. The libero is Katie McKay, a 5'9", junior, and a good one at that. Allie Jones, London Smith, Lily Wibben, Lauren Veningay, Ruthie Robinson, and Mackenzie Walsh, the primary 6 in rotation for the O'Gorman Knights. Their head coach, Cale Hecht, is assisted by Jim Abbott, Jaden Fickert, Sarah Wambach, and Elena Wolf. The Governors will counter this way with Molly Olson at one setter, a 5'6", junior, along with Sloan Waldron, the 5'7", senior. Hitters are Allie Keys on the outside, the 5'8", junior. Lexi Schleckaway, 5'7", senior. Defensive specialist, but will play up front as well. Alyssa Lowe, the 6-footer in the middle, the junior, along with Addie Novotny, 5'11", sophomore middle hitter. And Marina Bushbaum will play up front as well, the 5'9", junior. Hadley Hartz is the libero, the 5'6", senior for the Governors, who are 3-13, coached by Carrie Wheelhouse, assisted by Rachel Arbach and Peyton Gall. Those are your Envirotech starting lineups, sponsored by Envirotech in Pierre. Let's take a 2-minute break. We'll give you the game officials when we come back with more of our Bank West pregame. This is Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Envirotech makes life a little bit simpler. No matter what the circumstances, no matter what is handed to you, Envirotech has you covered. One call is all it takes to have easy setup, easy pickup, and easy payment. Call Envirotech at 224-4804 or use their website to pay your bill online at envirotechwaste.com. Use the mobile app Waste Connect. Check their website or receive a robocall for collection schedule due to weather or holidays. Envirotech has you covered.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications, as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Back at O'Gorman, as you just heard from the South Dakota Attorney General's Office and their Division of Consumer Protection, they sponsor our law on the court tonight. Those are our game officials, and we thank them for doing a thankless job, which is, in a nutshell, officiating high school volleyball and officiating any high school sports. Make sure to thank an official when you get an opportunity. Tonight's law on the court is Nicole Osborne, and she'll be on the ladder, the R1. Eric Gerlach will roam the floor in front of the scorer's table as our R2. Becky Jensen and Robert Schmidt will be in the corners as line judges tonight. Nicole Osborne, Eric Gerlach, Becky Jensen, Robert Schmidt. Thanks, folks, for being our law on the court tonight, sponsored by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Consumer Protection Division. All that's left of our pregame show is to serve this one up. We'll do that after you hear from Comtech. Our first serve coming up here. And O'Gorman, high school volleyball, your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Comtech has your technology solutions. Check out their showroom located right off the truck route on Irwin Street. Come in and see what you've been missing. A large selection of TVs, sound systems, and smart speakers, PCs, desktops, and tablets, home and business security and telecommunication systems. Comtech is your all-in-one solution for any technology needs. Wishing all athletes the best of luck in today's competition. Comtech. Come see what you've been missing.
As the starting lineups just finish up on the floor, Comtech, again, will sponsor our opening serve. But fans, tonight we invite you also to keep listening for our Right on the Money highlight plays in our broadcast this year. Our Right on the Money highlight plays are brought to you by Rounds Financial Services in Pierre, where your money works for you. Rounds Financial Services, Osaic Wealth member, SIPC. Brian Oakland with a play-by-play along with Caleb Brozick running camera tonight. Watch this match at drgnews.com. And on the River 92.7 page, you can see it on your smartphone or the DRG News app. Watch through gogovs.live, available also through the Pierre School website. And William Wilson running the show in studio. As you do watch this one, you'll see the Governors on the far end of the floor. They're in their road greens with the black numbers, white trim, white sleeves, black trunks. O'Gorman in grays tonight with the O'Gorman royal blue letters and numbers and trim. They'll hit away from us toward the Governors. Again, Pierre will hit far court to near. And our first serve is coming up. It's volleyball tonight here in Sioux Falls. Volleyball tomorrow afternoon at Riggs High Gym. The Governors will play their last 3 matches of the season at home. Coming up, Aberdeen Central tomorrow. They've got Brookings on Tuesday. And then they will close the following Tuesday at home, November 4th, against the Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers. Comtech first serve is in play, put in play by setter London Smith. Governors coming right back in system, but a big swing by Allie Keys down the line, which is our right, but her left just a little bit long. Actually had a good look at that one. It was coming right toward us. And the Governors insist on that first return of serve, but they do get a hitting error. Smith serves again. Governors will play it up, but from the back row will be cleared out. Now O'Gorman will have their first chance to get into the offensive flow, and from the middle, they get the kill down in the form of the person and number of Lily Wibben. Lily, a 5'10 senior. Wibben played a lot as a sophomore, did not start or play much last year. Governors get, Schleckaway on the other end tried to make a play on the serve, but she whiffed it, and it's a good thing, too, because London Smith's serve goes long. So Gorman scores the first 2. Governors have their first point on the night, and their next server will be Hadley Hart. Actually, that's the first serve of the Governors. Here's a block of Mackenzie Walsh. Nicely done by the Govs, but O'Gorman keeps it alive. Now Waldron will come up on a power tip. That's kept alive, pushed over by Wibben. Governors in a chance to get in system again. Here's Keys off of the Knights block. Good point going on right now. Who's going to get it? It's a little push away by Wibben. Up and to the Governors. Tap to the back row, and then just a little bit long by Addie Novotny. Don't expect to see an awful lot of long points. O'Gorman, well, they've got the ability to really put some things away with some strong attacks. Well, and they get a service ace here as this one dies in front of Sloan Waldron. This will be an ace for Lauren Vittingay. Another young lady who's been around a long time. 4-1 Knights with the lead. Been following this team and had opportunities to cover them even through a state tournament. Here's Novotny left side, and she puts that one right through a double block, and it's down. The Governors with their first kill. Good job on the return of serve. This time Novotny gets the Govs back on the board. But again, there's some of these names for O'Gorman we'll talk about throughout the evening. They are a very experienced group, including Mackenzie Walsh, who just had to tap one away. Here's one off of the Walsh block by Keys, and that one is down in the front line. So the Governors will get another one. Allie Keys with her first kill, 3 serving 4. Waldron serves from the other end of the gym. Heading back in our direction, Waldron tosses it up, fires it across, and the play goes outside. Not sure that's what the Knights wanted, but they're a good team at getting good passes back. Smith will get it across to Wibben left side, and she didn't get much on it, but it is down in the Governor Campfire. Good for the kill, and side out goes back to the Knights, who lead 5-3. Libero Katie McKay's turn to serve, but she'll fire a home run across, and that one goes long. Quickly back to the Governors to serve. This is one of 2 volleyball matches we've got featuring our River Cities teams. This Stanley County and Highmore Herald will play on KGFX tonight. See that one as well at drgnews.com. Nice adjustment from Marina Bushbaum. The back set from Waldron went a little too wide, but Bushbaum was able to redirect and get something on it to get it across the net, and O'Gorman wasn't really ready for that. Kill down for Myrna Bushbaum. 5-5, but there you see what O'Gorman is capable of. Maybe the hardest hit ball we've seen so far, and that's the 3rd kill in this set, early going for Lily Wibben. 6-5, O'Gorman has the lead. That last point by the Governors is a good point that Cale Heck made in our pregame conversation. He tells his girls they've got to be ready for really anything. They don't know necessarily how to expect the ball to come across. Sometimes that can be a real challenge with good teams playing a team like Pierre. Good slide effect out to the outside as Ruthie Robinson shoots one to the middle back. O'Gorman bench to our right started celebrating a little early, but the Governors got a foot on that one, I think, from Lola Keenholz, but still, as it goes up into the bleachers, that's a kill for Ruthie Robinson, her first. Knights lead 7-5. Pierre not in system. It's a tap over by Schleckaway, and then from the back row, Veningay will swing, that was Lauren Veningay, who will swing and score that as her first. She's capable of scoring a lot of points. O'Gorman has 3 in a row now, and they lead 8-5. 8-5. As Keenholz plays the serve up, they get a middle swing by Novotny. That's defended, and Ruthie Robinson off of a Schleckaway block and into the hands of Novotny, who can't keep it alive. Ruthie Robinson again. And O'Gorman starting to get in a bit of a rhythm, and they're opening up a 9-5 cushion. Serving, by the way, is Callie Roman. This time she'll hook it to the other end, and that'll be wide left, out of bounds. And the 4-point run comes to an end. Novotny checking out. Sierra Prunty will come in to serve, the sophomore for the Governors. Prunty will come from the middle of the service line, straight up. Played by McKay, and then Veningay attacks from the back row again. Prunty unable to keep that alive. It's when you know the good teams are and what they're capable of when they by design set to the back row, and they've got their power hitters back there. In this case, Lauren Veningay with her 2nd kill from this run through the back line. 10-6 Knights. Allie Jones in to serve. There's a shot for Bushbaum that was the dig attempt by Callie Roman, stayed right in her area. It didn't come up off the floor enough. So Bushbaum with a couple of winners, and it's 10-7. Knights leading here in the first. Molly Olson on to serve. A lob is across, and that's down in front of the diving Callie Roman, the first ace of the night for Pierre. Governors hanging tough early on. It's 8-10, just underway as we race to 25. Here in set number 1, every serve resulting in a point, of course. McKay with a good pass up here. Loose ball as it turned out at the net, and the battle won by London Smith, who redirects it away from Alyssa Lowe on the Governor front line, and Smith, the setter, will get a second touch kill, and O'Gorman has side out right back. With a 3-point advantage, 11-8. Ruthie Robinson back to serve. Well played by Keenholz in the back row, knocked out of there by Waldron, and now up front, it's Veningay. She tried a power tap, but she came down too low, and that's in the net. That's the first error of the evening for the O'Gorman Knights on their home floor. Bit of an unforced error. O'Gorman Obviously, you don't expect a lot of those. Here's a Schleckaway serve, played back, and the Knights will get that slide play working to perfection on our first opportunity. Actually, who had that one? I thought it was going to be Mackenzie Walsh, but I think it was Lauren Veningay. Or check it, Lily Wibben, who is back up. Well, let's see who they gave it to on the board. Governors return a serve. They didn't get anything on it, though, and a big swing out here again. There is Veningay yet again. This will be her third. So on the board, they've got, there's Veningay with 3. They have Ruthie Robinson with 2. I've got that covered up. And they have Lily Wibben actually with only 1, but I've got her with 3. So here's an ace as London Smith takes that serve back. We've got a full rotation. London started this one 14-9. All of a sudden, 3 in a row for the Knights. Schleckaway will play the next one up. Allie Keys back in the left front, but this one's just a tap across. Now a bump pass too wide for Mackenzie Walsh to handle. She got up as high as she could, tried to get a sharp angle return, but that one rattles the pin to our right side. And it's error number 2 for O'Gorman. The Governors will get the serve back. Down by 5 briefly, now a 4-point game. 5 is the biggest lead that O'Gorman has had so far. Hadley Hart serves, and that one comes back this way with too much mustard on it. And O'Gorman will get it back again, 15, serving 10. Right down below us here, it'll be Veningay to serve. Lauren across, and the Governors with some miscommunication in that back line. Looked like Schleckaway cut in front of Hadley Hart. And another ace, this time for Lauren Veningay, which is actually her second of the evening. Running jump serve is up, and Schleckaway has it go through her hands. Hadley Hart runs it down. The Govs get a free ball back this way. Now a middle shot, good. Quick set for Wibben. And she puts it home. And the Governors feel it's a good time for a timeout. Certainly can't disagree. Wibben with 5 kills. And the Knights with a 17-10 advantage here in set number 1. Let's pause for 30 seconds. This is a Coca-Cola timeout in our broadcast. Brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. Grab a Coke and be back in 30. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Pierre provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Again, trying to keep pace with O'Gorman. O'Gorman, the 2 seed right now. The power rankings are 20-3 coming in. They've had some big wins to help spearhead them. They were looking up at Brandon Valley, and of course Harrisburg also all season long. But now with wins over Brandon Valley and Sioux Falls Lincoln in the last couple of weeks, O'Gorman has powered their way up to number 2. London Smith with another ace right out of that timeout. Misplayed by Schleckaway. Now this one eats up Molly Olson, a knuckleball. That wasn't London Smith, that's Lauren Veningay with her 3rd and 4th aces already here in our opening set. 19-5. We've got a loose ball now. And it'll come across. Slight delay. Maybe that's a momentum killer. We'll find out. Oh, no. Great shot. They had a good angle at this one, and Veningay putting on a serving clinic right now. Governors let their back left corner go. Novotny will back off the net. Veningay again continues down the line. Novotny plays it. Well, not enough room for Waldron to get there. Serve return suddenly becoming a major issue for the Pierre Governors as 21-10. Our score continues to grow in favor of the O'Gorman Knights. This time, more of a line drive. Schleckaway gets underneath it. The Govs will get a punch out by Allie Keys. Nice cover up by Katie McKay, the libero, but the Govs get in the net on a swing by Mackenzie Walsh that hooked way out of bounds. Net violation called by Eric Gerlach, and that's a gift point this time for the Knights, who now lead 22-10. Suddenly they've got an 8-point service run going. Here we'll bump it around, and it's pushed out by Hadley Hart. O'Gorman has a chance to get in system. There's Walsh down the line and in the corner. Mackenzie Walsh will send the Governors to another timeout. They haven't gotten side out back since their first timeout. The run is up to 9 in a row, and the lead is up to 13. It's 23-10. Timeout brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling. After this 30-second break, we'll be back with more Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Auto in Mitchell or Huron for great deals and top-notch service. Iverson Auto has it all. From the knowledgeable sales and finance teams to the experienced parts and service teams, plus the best detail shop in the region. Iverson Auto, 77-plus years in our community, locally owned and operated. We have always been here and always will be. Stop in for your next new or used ride or use one of our professional services at Iverson Auto in Mitchell and Huron, or browse our inventory online anytime at iversonauto.com.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Service line starting right below us as she's run off 9 in a row along with the Knights. 5-6 aces already for Veningay in this first set, but the Knights will come back and they get a nice swing here by Lily Wibben up front. Wibben's been scoring the points from up front. Governors were hanging tough at 14-10, but suddenly it's 24-10, and it's set point for the Knights. Olsen will play. This was a good pass up, and Pierre will fight this one off as Allie Keys will get one through the block, or into the block, but straight down. Olsen to Waldron to Keys to get the finish. Allie's second kill of the evening. As Waldron serves, coming up the middle, McKay plays it outside. Not exactly where she wanted it, but still a bump pass by London Smith all the way across the court. The swing, however, by Reese Veningay will go a little bit long. Reese, the freshman, younger sister of Lauren, both on the court right now. 24-12, match point, or set point rather, number 2. And Waldron's serve will go long to bring to an end our first set of the night. And on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, it's all O'Gorman. They defeat the Governors 25-12. Scoreboard is brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We'll pause for 2 minutes and we'll come back. Game number 2 on the way from O'Gorman High School. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball and your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Taking care of your vehicle. At Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, building partnerships for life.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Generational success means different things to different people. But to us, it means seeing my daughter follow in my footsteps, keeping the farm in the family, just getting to do this every day. We're Agtegra Cooperative, and we're generationally successful. That's who we are. Agtegra Cooperative.
Hey, Josie.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Point rally to break it up to 24-10, and they win it 25-12. So O'Gorman claims game number one in the scoring column, a 13-5 advantage in kills for O'Gorman, including 6 by Lily Wibben. Unofficially, Lauren Veningay had 3, but Lauren also had 6 aces in serve, most of which, I think 5 of which actually came in that 10-point run to break it open. So the task is simple for the Governors, while easier said than done, obviously, but minimize those long service rallies, but they'll have to do a better job in serve receive. They get the Comtech first serve, however, here, and a great knuckle serve by Lexi Schleckaway as Pierre will strike first, and you can see the action. That's the beauty of, being up on the end of the court, and we're still quite close to the court here. Of course, Tuesday night up in the upper reaches of the Huron Arena, when we're looking the full length of the floor, you can see the serves and some of the angles that these hitters have. Schleckaway gets the first one down to the floor, but the second one stays in the net, and they'll give it right back. The Governors got the first point, but we've got a 1-1 tie. Set number 2. Governors send London Smith to rotate to serve. Here in system, they get one from Keys, but it's blocked right back. Put back by Alyssa Lowe. Now the Knights in system, and there's Lauren Veningay out on the left side. The interesting thing that I'm seeing so far is Veningay is doing a lot of the swinging. Lily Wibben's doing a lot of the swinging, and I think that's got to be by design of what the Knights have wanted to do. It's 2-1. Smith serves long, so 2-2 now. Coach Cale Heck said Mackenzie Walsh has been doing most of the scoring, but as O'Gorman's got a big match coming up with Harrisburg, I'm sure he wants to get his other hitters on the attack tonight. Here is Walsh blocked, though, and it's an ace block. Good for Addison Novotny. Defensive point for the Govs, and they get one in serve here. That's a tough task right there, and Novotny right on the money. We'll call it a right on the money highlight play for the Governors. Those are brought to you by Rounds Financial Services in Pierre, where your money works for you. There's a tap coming back, and the Governors with their feet in the mud, unable to make a move on that. That's Lily Wibben again. Wibben with 7 kills in this match. They've updated them on the scoreboard. Now they've got what I've got, so I feel better about that. Here's Keys taking a swing left side, blocked right back. Governors will set it across to Sloan Waldron, but this one too close to the net. Waldron got a tap on it, but I believe so did Reese Veningay. Veningay gets the block and the point back to O'Gorman, who leads 4-3. We're in the second set. Ellie Keys will palm one over the Knight block. Yeah, not much on this one, but still plenty. In the middle, there's Lily Wibben again. Well, I think if you're a Pierre Governor playing on the floor, she got plenty on that one. It didn't look like it was very hard hit from up here, but it certainly did get by the Govs awful quickly. So 5-3 our score. Here's Keys again. Allie trying to bring the power. And we got a whistle, and this point will go to Pierre. It'll be, well, they say 4-hit violation. I thought maybe Reese Veningay guilty of a lift on that one, but the error for the Knights nonetheless. So side out back to Pierre. 3 in a row scored that time by the Knights. It's 5-4 right now, and the Govs will serve. Waldron sends it across to the near court. Played up by Veningay. Played up by Lauren to London Smith. Outside to Reese Veningay, the freshman. And she will get her first kill of the evening. Good cross-court effort to the back corner. Here, one and done. In serve, it'll be 6-4. Katie McKay is serving. Here's Bushbaum, blocked, kept alive by Ruthie Robinson. She gets it back, sends it back lightly. Then Bushbaum has to free ball it across. Here's Reese Veningay again, left side, swinging and scoring. Reese was kept quiet on the scoreboard in that first game, but 2 big ones in a row. And McKay again. Played up by Hadley Hart. Close to the net, but kept alive out of there by Waldron. Cleared out by the Govs. Here's Walsh swinging. That one gets by the block. And it's through 2 back row players on the Pierce side. Mackenzie Walsh. Definitely a weapon for the Knights, and it's 8-4. Governors have to try to quell these long runs once again. Bushbaum will swing the lefty. Ruthie Robinson is there with the block, and that gets right back to Pierre quickly. This time Ruthie Robinson was right on the money with that ace block. 9-4. McKay floats one across to Hadley Hart this time. Waldron bumps it back, but it's a push away by Bushbaum. Now Venengay swings again, and that one hits the back end line. Becky Jensen in the corner on the line judge spot. Saw it all the way. On the other end of the floor, Venengay, Reese, the freshman, with 3 in a row. Now this serve floats a little long for Katie McKay. And the service run will come to an end at 5. This time it'll be 5 serving 10. Pierre has the ball in hand, and it's Allie Keys. She'll come straight up the middle. Lauren Venengay up to London Smith, and on the move, Robinson is blocked cleanly by Novotny, but that was a great keep alive, and now a tap push by Schleckaway and an easy block touch. That's down, and the point will go to Mackenzie Walsh. Great block by Addie Novotny, but somebody up front for the Knights got low and kept it off the floor. It was just great anticipation there. It's 11-5. In favor of O'Gorman as Venengay, who had all the aces in the first set, misses this one long and wide. So the Governors will have serve back, still trailing by 5. It's 6 serving 11. Prunty is off the bench in Novotny's spot in the rotation. She serves from the back line or the back row. Swing here, and Lauren Venengay will get another. 5 for Lauren. Prunty comes in to serve, and then when her service run is done, she comes right back out. Novotny in, but replaced by Hadley Hart, the libero for Pierre. 12-6. Second set. Knights won the first one, 25-12. Here's a return of serve that comes across from Lola Kenols on a dive. London Smith gets a good pass up front, and she'll spin and put it down with 2 hands. The Governors weren't ready for that. And Smith with her second kill from the center position. 13-6 now. Serving is Allie Jones. Oh, that one had top spin, and it dies right down in front of Kenols. From here, it looked like Lola had that one played ready to put it up in the air, but the top spin just spun it completely down in front of her. Call that a split finger fastball if it were baseball, or a fork ball, or a sinker, I suppose. Here's Jones with another ace. The 5'8" senior gets them back-to-back, 15-6. It's all about serve receive here, but if you can, watch the action on some of these serves. This one shimmies over the net, and then Ruthie Robinson had it served up on a silver platter, but she misses it off the inside of her hand. And that one goes wide, and the Governors are fortunate to get a point here and a side out. Holly Olsen into serve, 7, serving 15. Light lob serve, and now Venengay swings. It's off the top of the net, but it's down, and Lauren Venengay continues to stay hot for the O'Gorman Knights. 16-7 now. And again, Tuesday night, the Governors were pretty aggressive against Huron. They got some pretty good offensive swings. I think we're seeing some of that tonight, but it's still all about serve receive. Waldron gets a nice keep alive here. Slide for Lily Wibben, didn't have much on it. Now Waldron swings from the Governor right side, our left, but that one will miss long. She couldn't get up high enough to get on top and angle it down. The lead grows to 10 for OG. 17-7. Ruthie Robinson to serve. And that one eats up Keenholz. I can see from here on the other end of the floor that knuckle action. She took her eye off of it a little bit. That's an ace for Robinson, and that'll send Pierre into a much-needed Coca-Cola timeout. Timeouts in the broadcast from Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre's second set. Knights up 1, and they lead 18-7 here in set number 2. We're back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Come on, chum. I can't find a way to get my whole group to one spot without taking all these cars. You haven't heard of Denwall Transportation? They have luxury seating buses with air conditioning, outlets to charge your phone, and other must-haves for traveling. Whoa, no way! Yeah, you should check them out. Where can I find them? You can follow them on Facebook or denwalltransportation.com, or hey, let's give them a call at 605-532-3836. Denwall Transportation, let us do the driving.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
It's all right. That's good music coming back off of these Coca-Cola timeout breaks. By the way, Brian Oakland with you. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety. River 92.7, KGFX FM, and K296FI Pierre. Arrive alive. Don't text and drive.
And while we were doing that, we get back to the action, and Ruthie Robinson serves a curveball. Again, tough play for Keenholz, but another ace for Ruthie. Keenholz will check out. Allie Keys will get an opportunity as she'll check back in. Robinson goes straight in her direction. Second touch over Molly Olson. She's pretty good at that, and a lot of setters are, but O'Gorman certainly was not expecting her to do the set touch over. Down into the campfire, good. The Governors with side out. It's a big hill to climb, 19-8, and serving for the Governors is Schleckaway, and well, that one will sail along, so it's as quick as that. But the Governors lose serve. It's 20 serving 8 with O'Gorman. Just 5 to go to a 2-set lead. Here's London Smith. That's returned by Pierre to the net, and it's kept alive by Sloan Waldron, then put away by Keys, who is now rotated up front. Tell you what, Sloan Waldron out of the net on the tough return of serve was right on the money on that play. A right on the money highlight play sponsored by Rounds Financial Services in Pierre. Hadley Hart has too much on the serve this time, though. And it is 21-9. Allie Jones out. Reese Veningay, the freshman, comes in to rotate up front. And Lauren Veningay back to serve, and she's got an ace. The Governors thought it would go long, but it is ruled on the back end line. Veningay with her 7th service ace of the evening, and it's 22-9. This time it will not make it, so she'll miss for the second time. A lot of times if you're Pierre or if you're a team like Pierre, a heavy underdog, all you want to do is just come out and play well and compete. That was the last word I used in our pregame conversation with Coach Wheelhouse. Go compete tonight. And obviously it's easy to get frustrated, but try to keep things alive. There's a great hustle by Hadley Hart, but I think a 2-hit. Yep. They pushed from the back row by Waldron as she tried to get it across, but that one did not hit both hands simultaneously. That'll be a hitting error. And a point back to O'Gorman. Katie McKay lobs one across in serve. Pierre with Novotny. Back bump on a free ball. Here's Smith and a quick set in the middle, and Ruthie Robinson dancing to celebrate the point, and then she gets pushed by Reese Veningay from behind, and she ended up on the floor. That was not by design, but Ruthie Robinson with a hot shot sends us to side out. Set number 2. There's McKay. A reach by Schleckaway. She can't make the play. McKay with the ace, and there's too much of that going on for O'Gorman as far as the Governors are concerned. They'll win the second set here, 25-10, our score on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. 2-0 O'Gorman with 2 down and 1 to go. We'll call it halftime here in this volleyball broadcast. Halftime sponsored by Wealth Partners, Ameriprise Financial. You'll find them in the Capitol Creek Center Plaza on East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. We'll hear from them, and we're back in 2 minutes with Game 3 from O'Gorman. This is Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Each day brings the opportunity to make a difference, to follow through with integrity, to solve challenges through innovative thinking, and to bring the technical know-how needed to get the job done. At Wilbur Ellis, this is how we work, standing side by side as local experts who partner with the stewards of the land. We do it together. That's the power of we.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do. Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they
We're back at O'Gorman High. Game 3 already underway. Comtech first serve put in play by the Knights. The Governors sent it back, and the Knights themselves get Mackenzie Walsh on the right side, but she hooks one out of bounds, and the miss gives the Governors the first point here in set number 3. First serve is brought to you by Comtech in Pierre. In each set, here's Hannah Eads for the Governors starting set number 3, but her first attempt to put one across. Little tapper stays in the nets, and she is unable to clear. Eads, the 5'10 sophomore. Knights with a 1-1 tie, and serving away is Lauren Veningay. Tap back coming from Allie Keys, who couldn't get anything on it. There's somebody who could. That's Reese Veningay. She wants it back, but it's taken away by Lily Wibben, who taps it across. Now pushed back by Allie Keys. McKay is there to cover up the second set, or the second touch. Got the pass up. Olsen tried to sneak one across again to no avail, but now Reese Veningay able to put one home. Good point on both sides. That one took a while, but O'Gorman still able to get the upper hand as they lead 2-1. Third set, Knights will play for the sweep. Another knuckling serve. Chance for Keys, but can't get on top of this one, and the Govs will miss. Out of bounds. Keys has 3 kills in this one, but as many swings as she's had, O'Gorman, like Huron the other night, just a good defensive team. There's a hot shot serve by that server, Lauren Veningay. And the crowd lets her hear about their appreciation. And Veningay serves again. This one played by Keys as that one comes just across the net, tapped away by Alyssa Lowe. Now Lowe gets back in position. Rather, that's Hannah Eads. And another block of the heavy-hitting Mackenzie Walsh. Hannah Eads this time. Ace block right on the money. Right on the money highlight play to give the Governors a side out back. 2 serving, 4 right on the money highlight plays sponsored by Rounds Financial Services. In Pierre, where your money works for you. Governors get another block on Walsh, but this time they have to send it back themselves. And now Reese Veningay gets another quick set out to the outside left, and she'll put it home. Reese Veningay got hot in that second set. She has her second kill in this, the third game. And it's a 5-kill night for the freshman off the bench, 5-2. O'Gorman leads. Bushbaum takes a swipe, but off the block, there's McKay, and a tap over for Ruthie Robinson. And the campfire opened right up for the Governors, and Robinson gets kill number 4. 6 different players have scored for O'Gorman tonight. 6-2. Knights have the advantage. Set 3. Good pass off of the return of serve. Good effort by Keys to go cross court this time, but it's kept off the floor by London Smith. Now Bushbaum punches one back. Venengay keeps that alive. Touched by the Knights. Stays on that side of the net. Is that one just a little too tall for Ruthie Robinson? A rare miss for O'Gorman. And it is 3 serving 6. Allie Keys gets a knuckle serve back this way, but that's played up well. Here's a miss by Reese Venengay. They're getting on top of them, but O'Gorman, in this case, keeps it low. And it doesn't clear. 4-6. Keys serves again. McKay gets a good pass up to Smith this time, and on the move is Venengay, but Reese will miss this one on the hook. Route running. Pretty good for O'Gorman, obviously, but as we've got a 5-6 game here in the third, O'Gorman just committed their 4th hitting error in this set. They've had 3 and 2, respectively, in the first 2 games, and now London Smith will catch the Governors off guard. And I like how they disguised that. You still had Ruthie Robinson coming on the run from well off the net, but Smith gets the set kill. Molly Olson with one of those for Pierre in this match as well. Pierre will play this next one up. We've got a 2-hander. That's a cross, but Nicole Osborne on the net. Rules it non-simultaneous touch. And as a result, illegal touch is called. 8-5, O'Gorman gets another point. Callie Roman serving. This time played across with the second touch by Eads. Eads gets over to block Reese Venengay, but that one ricochets over to the Governor bench and out of bounds. Reese Venengay continues to swing a hot bat. 3 in a row again for O'Gorman. They lead by 4. Here in the third, 9-5. Roman right below us, sends it across. Schleckaway gets it to Waldron. Here comes Bushbaum on the swing. Robinson got a good block touch, and Robinson turns around. Pierre is in the net, but Ruthie gets it to the floor anyway. We'll give her the kill. And it's 10-5. And again, Governors find themselves watching O'Gorman run off 4 or 5 in a row, if not more. Schleckaway gets one back in play, pushed out of the back line by Keys, but that one hits the top of the net, rather low Latinos, and it will not clear. 11-5. And if you're Pierre, you don't, obviously you don't need to help this team out, but unforced errors aren't helping your own cause either. Hart with the play up of the serve to Waldron this time, and here comes Schleckaway on the run. That one put back by Hannah Eads, but still O'Gorman right there. It's all net play right now on that particular point. But even as Eads put it across, O'Gorman's back row cheating up a little bit. They're able to get a quick pass to London Smith, who feeds Ruthie Robinson, and the tapper is over and down. This is 6 in a row for the Knights, who lead 12-5 as Callie Roman gets a hot shot right over the net. That's played back to the Knights. Here's Venengay left side, and this one blocked by Marina Bushbaum. Bushbaum with the ace block here. Reese Venengay didn't hit it very hard, but Bushbaum in the right place at the right time, you might say. Right on the money, once again, with the right on the money highlight play. Rounds Financial Services sponsoring those in Pierre. Sierra Prunty, the server here. Here's a tap across, a little one-handed dig, and a catch and throw going to be called on Bushbaum. The lift here with their 5th hitting error. They haven't had a lot of hitting errors, but of course O'Gorman is a team that can score without your assistance. 13-6 to update the score. That's one and done for the Governors. Allie Jones off the bench to serve it back. As Alyssa Lowe calls for it, clears it out with a bump, slide out to Robinson to the right. But she'll miss this one low. An error number 5 for the Knights. Trading side outs now, 13-7. Marina Bushbaum out. Molly Olson, the junior, back in. She gets a knuckling lob. Now up with it. Right side is Ruthie Robinson. She missed once, but doesn't miss twice. 14-7. Knights will double up the Governors here as they're past the halfway point in their third game. Looking for the sweep. Knights will serve it away. This is Robinson. Laid up by Keys. Now Allie wanted it from the back row, but it's cleared out with feet on the floor by Hadley Hart. Here's a diving dig for Keys. Good effort there. Schleckaway clears out. Set outside to the left. No problem for Lauren Veningay. Veningay with 7 now. They've got Lauren with 10 kills in this match. Actually, I've got her with 7. Ruthie Robinson to serve again, an 8-point advantage for O'Gorman. Olson will set up Alyssa Lowe. Good swing, and they say inbounds here. The O'Gorman student body says, are you kidding me? I think they have a beef, but that might be a helpful call here for the Governor cause. Alyssa Lowe will get a kill this time. Swing coming back from the left side. Veningay is denied. Allie Keys will swing, and she'll give one back here as that one stays in the net. 16-8. As O'Gorman will get side out again. Callie Roman out. Mackenzie Walsh is back in up front. A quiet day for Mac, but the Veningay sisters have certainly picked things up. Lily Wibben having a good night. A good match up front, too. And now here's a slam dunk down for Veningay. You know, and that's a play, too, where if you could get a different look at it, it almost looks like a catch and throw with a legitimate slam dunk. 17-8, and there's another one, a curving serve by London Smith. Good for an ace. Her second of the night. And the lead is up to 10 again as O'Gorman. Well, they won the first 2 games by double digits. They lead by doubles now. Here in the third, 18-8. Smith goes down the right sideline. Hadley Hart with a good pass to Waldron. Good cross-court redirect by Allie Keys. All of the attention came to the O'Gorman right side. And Keys redirected it right back across, and it comes right down in front of the 10-foot line on the O'Gorman side of the net. That's tough to play, no matter who you are. And a good effort for Allie Keys, getting kill number 4. Hadley Hart with another bomb, though. She's been hitting them up rather than line driving them to get them across the net, and she's missed and served 3 times today. 19-9, Allie Jones is out. Reese Veningay, the freshman, back in. She'll play up front. O'Gorman getting closer to ending this evening's worth of work as Waldron will take a swing, and Reese Veningay is right there for the ace block. 4th block point for the Knights, and they've got T-5 and counting here in the third. Serving is Lauren Veningay. And a miss as Allie Keys comes up just a little bit tentative on this one. 21-9, the lead of 12. As O'Gorman will serve again. Veningay from the right side goes over to Waldron. Olson has to run one down. From the back row goes Schleckaway, but an easy play for the O'Gorman defense and a tough play for the Governor defense as Reese Veningay set up well, and she has 4 kills in this set. Here we'll make a change as Waldron will check out. Kira Mertes, the backup setter, going to get an opportunity here in the 5'6" junior. And Lauren Veningay will go in that direction. This one eats up Hadley Hart. Still kept alive. Tough angle, and it won't make it. Essentially another ace for Lauren Veningay there, as the Governors did not give themselves a good chance to send one across. Pierre will send another substitute in. Out comes Lexi Schleckaway. And in comes Ellen Hart, the sophomore defensive specialist. Veningay down the line. Played by Olsen, and a block by Veningay. As Mertes tried to keep it alive, maybe Mertes tried to send it across. Otherwise, you're probably over the net blocking a set, which you cannot do, but that'll be a block point for Reese Veningay. 24-9, match point. Down the line it goes, and it's in play. Let go by Molly Olsen. She thought it would be out. It certainly was not. And Lauren Veningay, a fitting end to this match. The way O'Gorman played, the way Lauren Veningay served, she'll finish with a service ace. The last 7 points in this match go to the O'Gorman Knights, and they'll win the third game on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard by the score of 25-9. Easy wins for O'Gorman, all three, 25-12, 25-10, 25-9, and they will improve to 21-3. On the season, the Governors fall to 3-14. Scoreboard is brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. When it gets cold, use their budget plan and keep full service so that you stay warm all season long with Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We'll pause for 3 minutes. We go to postgame next. Postgame sponsored by Family Dental with offices in Pierre and Gettysburg. And that'll begin when we return with more Pierre Governor Volleyball, your official voice of the Govs. River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Dr. Ryan and his team at Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg would like to thank their wonderful patients for allowing us to treat their whole family, from infants to elders and everyone in between, including routine dental care, same-day crowns and bridges, implants, and many more procedures. We are excited that soon we'll be able to offer IV sedation. We are excited for what the future will bring. Call 224-7774 to schedule an appointment today. Again, thank you to all our wonderful patients.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? LiveTicket.tv has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
I'm Scott Nye. As a coach for the Pierre Governors, I know a winning game plan is crucial. When it comes to your finances, you deserve one too. At New Edge Advisors, our name is new, but our commitment to you isn't. We're the same trusted team you've known, and we've expanded our playbook of resources to help you plan for retirement, manage investments, and protect your future. Let's build the strategy that gets your financial future into the end zone.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC is a separate entity from LPL Financial.
We're passionate about getting yearly mammograms because 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer. You can get a yearly mammogram to detect it early. Would it help if I requested nicely? Please, could you be so kind as to get a mammo? Or singing it. Get your mammogram starting at 40. Or with a British accent. Schedule your mammo with an Avera Breast Center at avera.org/breast or call 888-422-1410.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Back at Bishop O'Gorman High School in Sioux Falls, this one belongs to the Knights, and a team that has continued to get better and better as the season goes along. They're going to be one of the top teams in when that state tournament rolls around, and To be quite honest, if there is a team that can power up against those Harrisburg Tigers, well, it might be Brandon Valley, but I think right now I would put this O'Gorman team ahead of Brandon Valley as the clear-cut second-best team. But if that happened to be the 1-2 matchup in the Ultimate State Tournament, that certainly is going to be a fun one to watch. In fact, that could be a state championship preview because O'Gorman's next match right here in this gym comes up as soon as Tuesday night when they battle those Harrisburg Tigers. O'Gorman wins this one 25-12, 25-10, and 25-9. Brian Oakland with the play-by-play. Welcome to our Family Dental postgame. Family Dental with offices in Pierre and in Gettysburg. The Governors, you know what? Sub-varsity teams on this floor played pretty well. The JV team had a 26-24 game. The sophomore team second set went 25-21, even though they came up short. Obviously finding ways to win, learning how to win, not the advantage that the Governors have against these metro schools, certainly not against O'Gorman on this night, but a little fire and energy for the Governors on the varsity floor to start the match. They were hanging tough, but when it was 14-10, well, then O'Gorman got in a rhythm. And they got in a rhythm because Lauren Veningay was serving dimes, if you want to call it that. She was actually putting things on a dime on the floor, and she had 5 aces in a string of 10 consecutive points. And 14-10 quickly became 24-10. The Knights had set point, and they win that first set 25-12 after a side out and a service point prolonged the matter for the Governors. The second set, still close at 5-4. The Knights get 5 in a row to move it to 10-4. And again, of course, O'Gorman, these good teams, they're going to get 2, 3, 4 points almost every time. That's the only way to stay with them is to get those side outs and get your own service rallies and try to just prolong the matter. But O'Gorman in the second game was able to just gradually build the lead, whereas Pierre was just getting one serve at a time. And the Knights go on to win that one 25-10. After Pierre gets the first point of the third set, the Knights get the next 4. It was 6-2 at one point. Pierre got it back to 6-5, but then another 6-point rally by O'Gorman made it 12-5. And again, same story, but the points just kept on coming. The Governors could not get the service runs themselves, and they'll finish that one 25-9. Carrie Wheelhouse has climbed up to the balcony to talk about this one. Let's give her a minute to get the headset on. 1 minute away. Our Family Dental postgame will continue. This is Pierre Governor Volleyball.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Welcome back at O'Gorman as this one goes to the Knights in 3 sets and fairly easily, but as Carrie Wheelhouse comes to talk about it here in our Family Dental post-game, Coach, once again, I thought at times that you got off to a good start, which was indicative, and when the sub-varsities play well, I think the varsity comes out and plays with that same energy. You were hanging tough at 14-10, but the match really took a turn, and unfortunately, to the negative with some suspect serve return, I guess, when specifically Lauren Veningay was serving at the end of that first game, and that just seemed like something that you weren't really able to counter against, and serve receive was really the root of all evil tonight.
Yeah, especially in that set, we just couldn't read it. Like, we weren't picking it up early enough. And like I said to him in the timeout, I'm like, she looks square at you. She uses her eyes. She looks at you. So you should know it's coming to you and know by the way it comes off her hand, whether it's coming hard or it's coming soft. And we just didn't read it and we didn't communicate it. And so we weren't picking it up before it crossed the net, like we've been wanting them to do and been working on in practice. So that gets super frustrating when you see something that we've been working on for so much and in practice not translating onto the floor. So
the one thing I love about this game is still the beauty of volleyball. I mean, it's a science. It's there's just the physics of it. And the good thing about being in places like Huron, which is way up high, and here at O'Gorman closer to the court, but at least we're looking down the court and you can see the action on some of these hits. You can see the angles of the attacks. You can see the knuckle action. I know that these Knights aren't the only ones who are putting some tough action on. Alexi Schleckaway had a knuckle serve that went for an ace, and it was really kind of neat to watch. But still, it's just amazing what kind of action that people are capable of putting on a volleyball. And that just makes it that much tougher to get a good touch on it.
Yeah, and especially when they can spot serve like that, that cross-court serve is super hard to pick up. And then those seam serves, we just, again, weren't communicating with each other, which is something we have to do in order to get those serves up. And I thought we did a good job of defending, the hits and different stuff. Once we started reading some of the blocks, we just try to move too much with our blocks like to move with our hitters, and we need to stay steady with that. But
did seem like there was good movement when you had some of these blocks. And I mean, that's the other cool thing about this game too, is when you can take a Mackenzie Walsh, who might be one of the heaviest hitters in this state, and you get Novotny with a big block, and Myrna had one too, and Hannah had one also, and that's when you can compete, but it's just a consistency matter. That's the difference between this team and obviously
consistency on
these
passes,
Metros.
Consistency on our serves. Again, we can do some of the stuff, and then our serving goes to out the door, and we serve long. I don't know how many. We work so hard to get back, and then we instantly serve it right out of bounds, and not by an inch or two, but clear out. So just sometimes that mental error, that mental lapse, we were doing really good. And I think that was one of the things, is we're playing really good with them in that first set, 14-10. And then all of a sudden we kind of let off and we start, not using that mental capacity that we have to kind of focus in on the game.
All right. What are the biggest positives you'll take out of this one?
Biggest positives is, we're a really young team against them. And when they're doing the introductions and you're going senior, 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 senior across the board, and we're running girls that, haven't seen the varsity court against them. That gives me a lot of hope for the future. We're going to lose some big shoes to fill, but I also feel like we've got a pretty good bench that's going to, be able to step in. So seeing some of those girls, and trying to get them some more experience at the varsity level for future, taking that away where they, we asked people to step up and they stepped up where we needed them to, and when Lola was struggling and we asked Allie to step in and take that serve, we knew it was coming right at her, and she passed a perfect ball. And that's the things that we gotta have our girls do.
All right. Well, you can get, I guess it's a long road trip, but a little Hy-Vee sushi will fortify the return. And then you get Aberdeen tomorrow. You're right back at it, and you're on your home court against a more familiar opponent. But Aberdeen is starting to play pretty good, judging by what they did against Mitchell the other night.
Yeah, and we know they're going to be fired up to come against us. Anytime you're taking on an ESD team, they get pretty excited. And Aberdeen, I would say, is one of our more rival teams that we play. And so we know they're going to come in excited. Last year and the last couple of years, we've been able to see them twice, and this will be the first time seeing them, and they're kind of on a roll at this point. So we just got to do our job, kind of completely reset. Some of our girls are a little gassed, and so we just need to really hydrate, get ourselves back and ready, and get that mindset reset.
And everybody wants to be in the postseason. It doesn't look like you're going to make it unless you really come up with some big upsets, and I think that's how you have to approach these last 3-4 matches, whatever it is. And it's just you just tell the kids, this is your postseason. You want to be in the postseason? It starts right now. It starts tomorrow against the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, we've had the conversations about what we need to be doing in these, and these next 3 games I think are more our level, where we have a good opportunity to take a game from any of these ones that are coming up, and they're all at home, so we can use that to our advantage. So yeah, we definitely have to do some work and get ourselves ready to go and just put in the work in the gym.
All right, Coach. Well, good effort today. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay.
Thanks.
Carrie Wheelhouse, Governor head coach, as the Govs fall in straight sets here at O'Gorman High. The stats in this one, obviously all O'Gorman, 35-9 in the kill column. Led O'Gorman is by Lily Wibben with 14 kills. Next in line as they do spread the wealth. Lauren Venegay with 8 kills. Reese Venegay off the bench with 7, and Ruthie Robinson with 7. Give the setter London Smith 3. And Mackenzie Walsh held to just 2 kills, but she's going to be a big weapon in their future matches. I can see O'Gorman was really focusing on trying to get other swingers the opportunities to score the points here against the Governors tonight. Walsh somewhat quiet with 2, but she was also blocked directly a couple of times by the Governors. Pierre with just 9 kills. Allie Keys will get 4. Addie Novotny has 2. Marina Bushbaum, Alyssa Lowe, and setter Molly Olson with 1 apiece from their blocking. Well, pretty even. 5-3 advantage for the Knights. Reese Venegay had 3 ace blocks. Walsh and Robinson 1 each. And then for the Governors, Hannah Eads, Marina Bushbaum, and Addie Novotny with 1 apiece. Serving, though, definitely O'Gorman's favors. 17 service aces, including 10 from the senior 5'10" outside hitter Lauren Venegay. 10 aces. That is ridiculous. Ridiculously good for a great player in Venegay. Ruthie Robinson, London Smith, Allie Jones with 2 each, and Katie McKay had 1 as well. 17 aces against 7 misses for O'Gorman. The Governors get 2 aces, 1 each from Molly Olson and Lexi Schleckaway, but 6 service errors in there too. Pierce hitting errors down a bit, but they did have 7 in that last set. They'll finish with 12. O'Gorman has 10, including half of which coming in that third set. Knights win it 25-12, 25-10, and 25-9. Not without big plays. Big plays in this game are brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics, and I think we'll do the big play first, and then we'll send us to break. Hermanson Endodontics big plays in this game. You got to go to that first set when it was 14-10, and Venegay comes around to serve. She gets 5 aces, and then it was 24-10, and it was set point. 10 points in a row, and O'Gorman was feeling the feeling the rest of the way in this one. That's your sequence of plays, your big plays of the game, brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. Let's take a break. We'll hear from Hermanson's. We'll finish with Cowboy Country Stores as well, cover up whatever else other business we need to take care of, and we'll be back to name our Cowboy Country Stores player of the game as our Governor postgame continues. This is Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that's not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much healthy tooth as possible using state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. They make it easy when looking for a new vehicle, getting all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop into Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for all your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it to replay this game. See live and archive video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
Anytime is a good time for Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Fall means hunting, sporting events, school activities. It means busy. Delicious, on-the-go, fresh foods from Cowboy Country Stores make life easy. Delight in the Champs Chicken Tenders special. 6 tenders, just $8. 8 for $10 and 10 for $12. Add delicious sides and you're set. Convenience with a capital C. Cowboy Country Stores and Champs Chicken.
Cowboy Country Stores with our player of the game, and really no surprise in this one. Lily Wibben had a good night tonight with, you know what, I had her at 14 kills. That's incorrect. She had 8 kills, so take 6 back from the from the Knights in this one. They'll finish with 29 kills overall, but still a solid number in 3 games, as they did so much serving and acing in this one, and that's kind of where our player of the game is going to come from. Lauren Venegay with 10 service aces, 5 in a 10-point rally that put the first set on ice and kind of gave O'Gorman the momentum they would ride the rest of the way to the finish in this one. Lauren Venegay, 5'10" senior, is tonight's Cowboy Country Store player of the game. She'll get the T-shirt that notes her accomplishments as the Knights win this one. Kind of a tune-up for them as they face the Harrisburg Tigers coming up next on Tuesday. Governors have a quick turnaround tomorrow. Once again, they'll host the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. We'll be at Riggs High Gym, 1 o'clock first serve. Join us on the air at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon for more Pierre Governor Volleyball. Govs host Brookings on Tuesday in the week ahead as well. And that'll be at 6:30 coming up on Tuesday night. For the Pierre fans and for anybody else on the road out there, reminder, South Dakota's Office of Highway Safety celebrates being a part of a team. They remind us all that it is either text or drive, no and in there. It's not text and drive, it's text or drive. You've got someplace to be. Buckle up as well every trip, every time. So with that, our thanks to Caleb Brozick for running camera for us, live tickets, and available at drgnews.com. And on the YouTube page for Go Govs Live. For William Wilson, a technical direction in studio, I'm Brian Oakland, your final Gales Gas Service scoreboard. A 3-set sweep from O'Gorman High. The Knights win it 25-12, 25-10, 25-9. We'll join you from Riggs High Gym, 12:30 or so tomorrow afternoon with more Governor Volleyball here on your official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com. Good evening, everybody.
You've been listening to coverage of Pierre Governors Sports on the official home of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7 and DRG Media Group. Governor Sports is brought to you by your Pierre Sports marketing sponsors, Bank West, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, Superior Concrete, Live Ticket, Overhead Door, New Edge Advisors, Avera Orthopedic, Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, Kruger Contracting, Sensory Business Products, and the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency of American Family Insurance. Governor Sports is also sponsored in part by Hag Services, Dakota Mart, TMA, First Dakota National Bank, May Adam Law Office, Edward Jones, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, Wegner Auto, Graham Tire, and by Xander Auto Parts, American Bank and Trust, Kathy's Sun and Shine Properties, Hawaii Federal Credit Union, the Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center, Tokyo Hibachi and Sushi, Diamond Lumber, Birding Electric, and Black Hills Federal Credit Union. And coverage of high school sports on River 92.7 is also brought to you by these special in-game sponsors: Bank West, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Central Dakota Eye Care, Envirotech, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection, Rounds Financial Services, Comtech, Coca-Cola Bottling, Wealth Partners Ameriprise Financial, Family Dental, Hermanson Endodontics, Cowboy Country Stores, and Gales Gas Service. Thanks for listening to Pierre Governor Sports on the official home of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.